that's always followed by cooler and beautiful weather. And that's what we have here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where the Land Sharks of Oceanside have swim their way a school atmosphere, and a school that last week went toe-to-toe with Summerville, who's ranked in the top 5, losing that game but making it a close one. And the Land Sharks, meanwhile, lost their first game of the season, and that means they've lost 2 in a row because they ended last year losing the state championship. I can't remember the last time the Land Sharks have lost 3 games in a row, but they play a tough preseason schedule, and tonight we're going to find out a lot. Robert Brunson here with Chris Swisher and Dion Welch. Thank you all for joining us. And Chris, what are your thoughts on pregame tonight?
Big Dog, always a pleasure to share the press box with you. We're perched up high. It is a beautiful night here. I don't even know what temperature we're going to guess it is here, Robert.
We got 79 degrees here, guys.
I was going to say 79 degrees.
Well, I'll tell you, this was a dry game. Oh, we're going to pause for a quick minute for the national anthem, Robert.
Navy JROTC Color Guard. The colors tonight are presented by Cadet Ensign Madison Piscopo, Cadet Petty Officer Tiana Aponte, Cadet Lieutenant J.G. Mackenzie Prate, and Cadet Ethan Montgomery commanding. Please remain standing for a moment of silence, followed by the playing of our national anthem by our own Carolina Forest High School Marching Panthers, under the direction of Mark Roddy. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
All right, we're back, Robert. That was a beautiful rendition of our national anthem.
And obviously, we're at a school with a marching band, which is something you got to take your hat off to, whether they're playing a national anthem or whatever. All these marching bands. And, Chris, we were just about to talk about what we're looking at here tonight in terms of, you know, the Sharks are coming in after losing their opener of the season. Does that make you more fun?
Let's talk about last year's game against Carolina Forest when they came to the Citadel. Sharks ended up on the good side of that one, winning 28-24. But I tell you that if I recall someone, I'm drawing a blank, who jumped on a fumble at the very end and saved it for us. This team is a team here. I believe it's one of the second largest school in South Carolina. It is a big school. They've got a lot of footballers on their roster. They fight. They are tough. They will punch you in the mouth. And when you're here at the Panther Palladium, otherwise known as the Black Hole, you know you're going to be in for a dogfight here. I don't know a lot about this squad, frankly. I do know they've got they're a little reloaded. They've got a great running back. They've got a pretty solid quarterback as well, too. But not real sure other than that. We just got the roster about 2 minutes ago, so I'll let you pour over that and see if we can make heads or tails out of what they're going to try to establish against us tonight.
Well, a couple of observations about this team. First of all, their tailback is a senior, Khalil Johnson, and he's going to have a number 5 on his back tonight. He's one of the guys to watch. But they've got 2 defenders. One is a cornerback named Jam Davis, who is getting a lot of attention, and safety Charles McCrary. And all these guys are likely to play both sides tonight, even though it's a 5A school and even though they don't have to do that.
We're taking a look at them coming in walking over the track right now. They've got a lot of numbers on that sideline. And I tell you what, we may see them go both ways tonight. You're right. One thing let's talk about the Land Sharks for a quick moment. Last week was a tough game for us. South Florence might be one of those teams that makes it back to the state finals again in the 4A. But defensively, I thought we played a really good game. Offensively, we certainly have. I know we had I'm focused, tuned in, and let's see if we try to do something a little different here on that side of the ball. But I tell you what, defensively, we are fun to watch.
You can't talk about last week without talking about the tough loss we
mental attitude about things. He's saying if we make that run to the lower state finals, he's going to find a way to get back on the field. Now, he does go in for some surgery on Wednesday, so we'll find out a little bit more. But he has a broken leg and he ankle as well too. And with that dislocation, you get some tears and rips and some things those are hard to heal. But thoughts and prayers to Fen and also to Wendy and Coach and our players.
Our captains on the field, of course, number 1, Edward Rodenbach, number 4, Trey Brown, and big number 54, Ben Britton are out there as the referees indicate that the
first one, and they declined. So what we'll do is we'll be getting the ball first half, which I like. Let's see if Edward Rodenbach can get his offense going. We're up top tonight. We've got a couple of our coaches perched up here, and typically they're in the booth beneath us. But David Moore, the quarterback's coach, I know has been pretty focused in with Edward this week.
Sharks are over in the right-hand corner. Carolina Forest Panthers wearing all black tonight. They've got a good crowd over here. We're standing behind the home crowd. Pretty thin visitor group over there on the opposite field. So we hope a bunch of you guys are watching and listening in tonight as the Land Sharks run out onto the field, led by Ben Britton, a commit to West Point, carrying the American flag.
Maybe it's skinny on our sidelines and the bleachers because of the world-class broadcast that goes on every Friday night.
Okay, then. Not sure I'm going to go there.
It is. There's some. Let's take a look. There's some cars still pouring in, so.
Yeah, well, it was a long drive.
It was a long drive.
Made the trek up here, and always enjoy coming up to Myrtle Beach anyway. Medieval Nights, they let you eat with your hands there. That's a cool place. I think that's about the only one of those joints I've ever been to, though.
It might be fun for you and I to get on a jousting duel one of these days.
Yep, that would be entertaining for everybody, and it would likely be my last moment of life. Just from falling off of the dang horse.
Yeah, it would be because my sharpened jousting skills. I'd probably be falling off right there laying with you.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Last week, South Florence's defensive line was just the Great Wall of China. It was really hard for our offensive line, very few completions. So our passing, we're going to have to score some points. Last week we left it all to our do that again, but that they will also get some help from their offense.
We need a little Rico Harrell lightning in a bottle flashback. Would be nice right now.
Very excited and optimistic about their season coming up here, even though they lost their key running back by transfer to South Florence, and we'll talk about that in a minute as Grayson Freeling, number to the other side of the field, crosses the 35, very close to the 40. Nice run back by Grayson Freeling. He took that ball at about his own. He probably had to practice that stiff arm over the course of his childhood with his older brother from now and then. And Edwards now got his H back in to start this thing with us tonight for the Sharks.
I like how Trey ran right there. He ran kind of angry. Hard to bring him down. And see Maxie Mormon is in at – we got a double tight end here. Looks like Jack Waddy and Max Mormon in.
Only 2 wideouts. Trey, no, it's a fake. Edward keeps it. Tries the right side off tackle. Very close to the first down. This is the kind of run where you usually get the first down called for you. But they're going to say it's 3rd down and an inch.
Not on the road, Robert. Not on the road.
Fair point, swish.
Looks like they're bringing in the heavy crew here, guys. I was watching practice on Wednesday. This is heavy here.
They were pretty heavy on that last one as well, but this is super heavy. 2 guys in the backfield. Edward under center, keeps it. Edward crosses the 50-yard line, has a first down.
He was a shoelace away from taking that to the house.
Now let me ask, would that be a Chick-fil-A? No. That would be a
banging first down.
That's a banging first down.
There
I
we
went
go.
there the other somewhere between when we were last together and looked at the menu carefully.
And you stand corrected.
Waddy over there on his right, but didn't throw it.
Yep. I tell you what, Edwards looking like he's very determined running the ball tonight. And last we're both looking like they've got something to prove tonight.
They do. 2nd down and 5, and this drive is looking pretty good. We put a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff this time to Trey. Nowhere to go.
Tackles, but I like what I'm seeing tonight, giving these guys some new wrinkles that they did not see on film from last week.
A big 3rd down and 6.5 yards to go. Edwards with a proof here tonight.
He sure does.
That's another Mex 1.
First down.
Bang, bang.
Banging.
I'll get it.
They're getting a lot of banging for their buck on these first. Takes the snap, throws it quickly over to the right side. Looked like it was complete. A flag comes in late, picked up about 3 or 4 yards on the play. But let's see what that flag is. It came in far away from where the completion was made. The white hat looks like he wants to call it holding on us, and he does. And the white uniforms are going to have to walk backwards 10 yards.
I like that we threw on a first down right there, Robert. It's the first passing attempt that we've had. We're 8.5 minutes left in the first. So we played 3.5 minutes, and that was the first pass, meaning we've established the run and moved the chains twice, and that's what we want to get them back on their heels, keep their defense out there, and continue to get those first downs.
And offensively, it looks like we want to get Edwards' confidence built up a little bit in his passing here early. He was looking at one short pass he didn't throw, and then he completed that one. But now it's 1st down and 20. Edward again's going to keep it. Hands goes around the right side. Edward picks up nice 10 yards down to the 35-yard line. But that's still going to leave us 10 yards shy of the line of gain, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. They gave us the first down, but still brought us back after that holding penalty.
Yeah, I tell you what, we're picking on that right side of ours, the left side of their defense. So let's keep an eye and see if we continue to establish dominance on that side of the field.
Second and 10 now. Edward puts Trey over to his right as a slot guy, throws it to Trey. Trey has it, dances around for about 4 yards. Now we're looking at 3rd down and 6 to go for a first at the 7:40 mark here. First quarter, no score up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Well, I would call this 4-down territory, right? We're not going to try a field goal from this length, so let's a chance if we do get the 4th down.
I second that emotion. We're going with 2 tight ends now, 2 wideouts, and Trey Brown.
Hey, boy. Love that kid.
And that's a Mex 1.
First down.
Banging.
Formation, Trey takes the handoff. He's hit in the backfield. Didn't pick up anything there. Might have lost a half a yard.
I don't know if you saw that, but P.D. Patrick, number 51, just pancaked 42. That might be that line and making most of his time already.
Now we're looking at a 2nd down and about. Trey Brown, wearing the magical number 4, picks up about 3 yards. And now we're going to have it 3rd down and about 9 to go.
And DBs, when they know the play is almost stopped, they are rifling in there. they're hitting pretty hard. They are really hitting hard here. So let's keep an eye on that.
5:55. Big play here, even though it's going to go for that, even though it'll be about 7 yards to pick up a first.
It'll be a 37-yard.
Yeah. Got a single coverage situation over here on the left. That's where he wants to go. Edwards got a man. Oh, my goodness. He was hit as he threw it, but number 8.
That matchup, it looked good. He put a good move, got separation on him, but Edwards just had too much pressure coming in on him.
That pressure must have been late. I was looking downfield at the receiver.
Yeah, it was. He got a nice lick in on him, that's for sure. I don't know if it was a late hit per se, but it looked back and Edwards was on his back.
So the Sharks keep the ball for a while, move the chains, pick up a couple or maybe 3 first downs on that first drive, but unable to hit pay dirt. And now we're going to have a hydration timeout, I think it is.
Hey, listen, 7 minutes chewed off the clock, and so we're. I like establishing that on the first series. We didn't go 3 and out here.
I'm going to go to a Mex 1 commercial here. Hold on one second. All right. I want to thank our platinum sponsors, the Revere Group, Longshore Boats, Carolina Hormone and Healthcare, Charleston Adventure Forest, and Zipline. Thank you, sponsors.
So now our defense that looked mighty strong last week is going to see what we can do against this Carolina Forest Panthers team. Quarterback in the backfield. He's hit back there, then he pitches it out, sort of an option play. The running back has good yardage, a first down up to about the 35-yard line.
I think it was Ben Britton that had a hand on the quarterback, and he quickly flipped it out to his option back, but that was wide open real estate there.
Carolina Forest didn't give us a paper copy of their roster, so we're trying to read it off of an iPad up here. We'll do the best we can. Another handoff here, but number 30, Johnny Gunn, is in there along with some of his brethren to bring down that back for a loss of about a yard.
Max Mormon, Miles Robinson, Travis Anderson in on that as well too. That back looks pretty quick and like a little jitterbug, kind of scatter all over the place. I bet he's got some pretty good speed here.
That back is not Khalil Johnson, number 5, who I expected. I don't think it is.
That is number 5.
It is. All right, he takes a handoff. No, it was a fake and a nice one, but the quarterback only picked up a yard and a half or so, and our defense is carrying over its tough play from the first game of the season and has now put Carolina Forest in a 3rd down and 9 situation, maybe 8.5. They're going to, looks like they're going to go for it.
Ben Britton, great penetration on that and tackle. I like Ben playing on that right side. It's a stronger side for him, and he still has that cast on his wrist. So hopefully maybe on that side of the defensive line he can make some more things happen for us today.
So it's 3rd and 8. For some reason I thought it was 4th. At any rate, the quarterback puts his man in motion, drops back, throws it over to the right side.
Travis.
Number 4.
Oh.
Come on.
Blow the whistle.
Well, now,
Big Mike.
very curious to see where they're going to mark that one down.
Yeah, where was forward progress?
They should have called forward progress up at the 30, but we'll take it.
Wow.
All the way back at the 25-yard line, and that's a tough call there for Carolina Forest, who's now looking at a 4th down and 20.
And they're going for it.
It's got to be a quick
punt.
kick.
What
Quick
the
punt.
heck? Yeah, now they're going to have their quarterback, I guess it is, drop back and do a punt. We almost blocked it. Johnny Gunn was in there, bumped into the kicker, no flag. We're letting the ball drop dead at our 42 and glad to take it over there with a 1st and 10 for the Land Sharks.
Hey, here's that defense again, holding them to, they had the first run was a 1st down, but other than that, Robert, held them pretty tight. This is a team that put 26 points on an excellent Somerville squad last week.
So that was Ethan Hamilton, their quarterback, number 12, who punted the ball. They tried to make us think they were going to go for a 4th and 20 in their territory, but that seemed unlikely.
All right, guys, we've got 15 on the play clock here. Let's mosey on up to the line. Let's get this thing moving.
Waddy's in at the H-back. That means we got 3 wideouts. Trey Brown, no, it's a fake to him. Waddy takes the pass. Looks like we're trying to work that tight end H-back into our game plan tonight, and Jack Waddy picks up 8 yards on the first play.
I got to tell you, I like what our line's doing right now. They are feisty. They're chippy right now. Looking really, really good.
I'm not sure there was a pass to Waddy. Maybe there was one last week, but he certainly wasn't a featured part of our offense, as we're now looking at 4 wideouts. Waddy's one of those. Hamilton goes in motion, now back the other way. He completes it, and Logan Hamilton picks up maybe a yard there.
Going to mark him short.
He had to do a lot of running.
I don't know. Let's see where they mark this. They may move it.
That's on the line. They should be moving it first down.
Yeah, that's a first down.
Usually you're getting those in these games.
Give it to us.
Measure
They
it.
don't like to
Measure it.
They never measure.
That's twice they've done that.
Yeah, we're measuring now.
That ball's on the hash mark. That
They just,
first down is on the hash mark. That should be a first down.
They just switched the down to 1, but they haven't moved the chains.
He just signaled.
Now the chains are going. You could tell they figured that was what was going to happen. This just looking chain crew, because we own that honor. All the home games at the Citadel.
Every year we win that award.
Trey Brown picks up 7.5, maybe 8 yards on that carry, and Swish, we're moving the ball.
Yeah, and then take a shot downfield. Looks like they're playing a cover 2. They're man on the outside, so let's see what we come up with here.
2nd down, 4 yards to go. Man in motion. That's Gaspar, handoff. No, it's a fake. Edward wants to keep it. Edward wants the first down. He's going to push those black jerseys back as far as he can. Again, it's going to be really close to the line of game. That looks like a first to me.
You got to measure that.
It's definitely a first.
You've
if you
got
look where the marker is and where the ball is.
You've got to measure that.
They're going to say it's not. They're going to say 3rd down and inches under center. Edward keeps it. He's got that right side of the line pushing that defense back, and that's an easy first down for the big blonde quarterback.
And that's another Mex one.
First down.
Banging.
That is more fun than you guys can imagine to do. At the 1:20 mark, we are chewing up the clock. There's no score here first quarter. We got a 1st and 10, and we got a heavy formation still in there. Has to bounce to the out. Ben Britton way downfield. We're going to get into the end zone before the expiration of the first quarter. If we are, we got to move it quickly. But we're taking our time right now.
Extra yards.
Back now to the shotgun. Trey takes it. Trey battles his way through all the way up near that line again. I don't know. It's yet another one of those too close to calls.
Man,
I got the replay up here, guys. That hole was huge.
Are we looking at it?
Right here. Big hole.
Yeah, nice hole this time on the left side. And the first down it is as the chains move yet again. And tonight we've already picked up probably 4 first downs.
That's another Mex one.
Banging!
First down.
Guys mixing it up.
Yeah, we don't want to get stale, you know.
I tell you, we might have more yards rushing at the end of the first quarter tonight than we had all of last week.
Yeah.
And let's credit what was done this week during practice to fix some of that. Let's credit our O-line play right now. And it looks like they're actually having some fun playing football.
Absolutely. Let me get into some of our sponsors, guys, real quick. We have our Gold sponsors, that's Bumblebee Landscaping, Brandley O'Mara Real Estate, and our silver sponsors, Edo Leisure Cars and Rhodes Metal Legal Counseling.
You can hear the band playing here at Carolina Forest. It's a 5A school, and they got a bunch of...
It's a beach theme tonight.
Is it really?
It's a luau beach theme.
Well, that makes sense. Two teams that play well when they can smell that salt air of the ocean.
We brought it with us. Hey, let's give that first quarter, that round, to the Land Sharks. What do you say, fellas?
No question about it. Our offense had to give it up after the first series, but now we're on our second drive, and we've got a 1st and 10 as Trey Brown takes the handoff, tries that left side again. There was a hole last time, but this time the linebackers run in there and fill it up pretty darn quick. That'll make it 2nd down and about 9. As we look over to the sidelines, P.D. Patrick in there this week on that offensive line. As the offense gets ready, Edward faked the handoff. Jack Waddy again on the reception. Go, Jack, go! Jack crosses the 10, down to about the 7-yard line, and Jack Waddy, the H-back, with his 3rd reception of the night.
I got that replay up here, guys. Great play by Jack Waddy.
Jack just drifts out over there on the left side. He had a man on him, as you can see, but he got away from him and picked up good yards after the catch.
Did you see that little spin to win right there? It's a great move, Jackie boy.
So now we've got a 1st and goal. The ball on the 9 to make it the 8-yard line, and Edward wants to get in there himself.
Yes.
He does. Edward run back into the end zone. Touchdown, Land Sharks.
Here's that replay.
And as you can see, that was a keeper all the way. Edward over on the right side. Excellent blocking on the line, and they took the linebackers out as well. And the big quarterback punctuates a nice drive by putting it in there and writes a 6 on the chalkboard for the Sharks. Extra point attempt up.
Nope.
And it's off. So we're going to be stuck at 6 points here.
That was a Max 1 touchdown.
Banging touchdown. Hey, good to see Edward running with some serious authority right now. You can tell he smells it. He wants it, and he's reestablishing. We're putting last week in the rearview mirror, and this is an absolutely different offense that we're seeing tonight for the Land Sharks.
Our victory against Carolina Forest last year, correct me if I'm wrong, was our first ever victory over a 5A school.
That is correct.
And we're looking to make it a couple of them. And they're not a bad team. They were in the playoffs. They had a winning record, 8-5 last year, made it to the 3rd round of the playoffs. And last week, they played toe-to-toe with Somerville, who's ranked in the top 5 in the state.
Got them on the heels right now, which is good. I'd like to see us come back and get a 3-and-out here.
Their score against Somerville was 33-26.
That was Quinn Mahoney kicking.
So Quinn in for his first kick of the night, and it's a good one. Goes all the way in the end zone between the 2 deep backs for Carolina Forest.
Kind of hit a knuckleball right down the gut.
Our defense doesn't look like it's slacked off a bit from last week, and last week they were playing a really tough team. Probably a better team than we're looking at here. But who knows, they're going to play South Florence later.
Yeah, that's next week. You know a name I haven't really said a lot, or you have, is Miles Robinson. Let's see if Miles gets active into this game right now.
He was all over the place last week, so excited to get his first action as a Land Shark. As action stops here on the field, and Swish Carolina Forest lost their star running back Zion Gilbert to South Florence. That was number 22, who we saw running all over the field last week. That's a big loss.
That kid's pretty good.
Of course, we lost a pretty good one ourselves, 24, but not to transfer. We lost Vaughn Blue to college, where he's going to be playing for Liberty. I'm not sure who they're playing tomorrow, but that's worth looking into. So the quarterback pitches it to the running back on
Nice
his
tackle,
left.
Nate.
Number 2 back there.
Nate Sturm.
Cuts his legs right out from under him, and Nate didn't get to kick that last ball, but this time he got to go after the legs of their running back, number 5, Khalil Johnson. Ethan Hamilton, the quarterback, in the shotgun, of course, 3 wideouts and a tight end. Hands that line of gain, and the referees tell the chains to move on down the field.
And Robert, Liberty is playing Bowling Green tomorrow at Liberty. In Lynch.
So Carolina Forest picks up a quick first down, now has it out to their own 30-yard line. They're trailing by 6 here in the first quarter. Put a man in motion. Ethan, the quarterback, hands it off to their quarterback, to their running back, Khalil, and he picked up 6 yards or so on that play.
Every run, guys, watch our defense. They are all over the ball. There's no one sitting watching somebody else make a tackle. We're all over it. They call it swarm defense there.
Yeah, you got to credit Coach Brent LaPrade. He has brought that energy, that fire. We want to say hello to his father, his pops, legendary Coach Steve LaPrade. I know he's listening tonight, Coach. Happy you're watching and listening in.
So on second down, a man again goes in motion. They've got an H-back. Their quarterback pitches it again to Khalil Johnson. We hit him and knock him down after he picked up a yard, maybe 2.
There's our boy, Miles.
Yeah, he's talking a little bit too. Johnny Gunnan on that. And I tell you, Nate Sturm's doing a heck of a job with some serious closing speed from that quarterback spot, coming up making those tackles.
He's doing a good job holding his position and shedding his block.
We got Ben Britton, Owen Millard.
Big Mike.
Big Mike Jones out there.
Yeah. Oh,
And the running back
nothing.
is hit and brought
Man,
down.
Ben.
Ben Britton, number 54. They're going to give him forward progress this time. But that's going to make it 4th down and 1 yard to go. Let's see how the Panthers do on short yardage situations.
Watch the hard snap, hard counting here.
Yeah, we don't want to give them an easy first down.
He's got to kick it here.
Yeah, jump back there, Grayson.
Ethan Hamilton, the quarterback, looks over to the sideline, then checks his wristband.
Timeout.
Johnson, the running back, shifts back and forth.
Yeah, they're confused. They don't know what they want to do here.
We call timeout.
Oh, well, that's good.
But they did look confused. I was thinking the same thing.
That's a perfect time to get into our silver sponsors. That would be S&R Strength and Recovery, Axis Endurance Coaching, and Gilchrist Masonry and Pools. Also, I know this stream, we are mobile here today, so it might be a little laggy for the viewer. We're doing our best up here, certainly, but stick with us.
Also want to thank Ben Franklin Plumbing for the food tonight, feeding the Sharks, right? I think old Tony Zarzaka reached deep into the old country. He got some old recipes from his noni and made some rigatonis, some meatballs, and really appreciate.
I heard that was a homemade meal.
It was. Right? It was.
I think he's Italian, right?
He might be a little Italian.
Yeah.
Dion, I thought you'd have a satellite truck out here for us this week with all the bells and whistles you're bringing to the program.
You know, I'm trying here. We don't have the sat link like last year.
So it's 4th down and less than a yard to go. The quarterback is in the shotgun. Then he walks up and says something to his offensive line, changing the play.
Wow.
Gives this one to Johnson, the running back.
Nice
We hit him hard.
No way.
That's going to be close.
He's giving it to him.
So they move the chains.
See that replay for the spot here, guys.
And you can see Johnson, the running back,
he stretched it out.
falls right across the 40. It looks like a good spot. So now 1st and 10, second first down on this drive for the Panthers. At 7:36, second quarter. Quarterback pitches
Nice,
this one
Nate.
again to Johnson. We hit him right at the 40, and if he got any yardage, it would be measured with a ruler and not a yardstick.
That was a great play by Nate. We have that option red. They're going to have to find something different.
Man, Maxie Mormon almost had the quarterback from behind, too. We're getting some great penetration now. Line of scrimmage is going to be fun to watch into the second half to see who's got a stronger will.
So again, we're going with 4 guys down there on the line, one of whom is standing up on the left end. That's Maxie Mormon. Quarterback's rolling out that way. A little pressure from Ben,
gosh.
but he throws it deep downfield.
Oh,
my gosh, how did he complete that pass? I hope we have a look as the quarterback throws it deep downfield. The receiver, gosh, they had 2 receivers in the exact same spot. Yeah, absolutely. Our defensive backs were getting in position to catch it. And then that receiver, he just jumped in there and grabbed it. It wasn't a touchdown, though, so it's 1st and goal for the Carolina Forest Panthers on their own 3-yard line. Been a little aggressive with his tackle after the whistle there. That can be a big penalty, but it's 1st and goal.
Goal, right? So he had the running of his feet and then tried to put him down nicely, but
you think?
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
They didn't really march off anything there.
They're really taking their time with this play call here.
It's 2nd down and 4. The ball on the 4-yard line, or 2nd down and goal rather, on the 4. Hand it to him. He's wrapped up in the middle of that pile there, middle of that line, and it's going to be on the 2-yard line. Third Marks can hunker down and keep the Panthers out of the end zone with 6:05 to go here in the second quarter with the Land Sharks up 6-0.
Got a whistle.
Long time to get the playoff. And again, it's not going to get in Minton. That one got them nothing. And they're looking at a 4th down and 2. And it looks like the Panthers don't have a great idea of what they want to do down inside the 5-yard line.
We've got, I wanted to say, Owen Millard is in on that front defensive, along with Charlie Bean, Big Mike, Maxie, Ben Britton.
It's a big play here, guys. It's like 4th and 2.
4th and 2, number 28 now in at running back instead of Johnson.
This far line judge is all the way up at our coaches. Not sure what's going on over there.
Jaron Fox
Someone is not happy.
is 28.
And Coach Wilkes is having a spirited chat with the line judge on the far side.
It's 4th.
So still in the shotgun, the quarterback is going to take it, goes around the left side, pitches it at the last minute to Jaron Fox, and he strolls right on into the end zone. A tie ball game on our hands for the moment here.
Number 81's your kicker.
J.J. Chadwick puts that one up and in between the goal posts. And that gives the Panthers their first lead of the ball game. It's a 1-point.
The other way, but
yeah,
that one's going to haunt us a little bit, I got a feeling.
and we had a pretty darn good stand down there where they had it 1st and goal on the 3 or 4 yard line. It took them 4 tries to get it in. And they had to run it outside of our defensive line to accomplish that.
Going to go over some sponsors again, guys. This is our exclusive tailgate sponsors. We got Kingswood Custom Homes, Ben Franklin Plumbing of Charleston, and special thanks to Ben Franklin Plumbing of Charleston for feeding our Sharks before the game, and also our after-game sponsor feeding the Sharks is John Smith Subs.
I think we got half the businesses in Mount Pleasant sponsoring this team this year.
They like to associate with winners.
We're in the black hole. That's what they call this place. The Palladium is a nicer word for it. But we're going to take it right on the 10-yard line, and Grayson Freeland again on the run back gets up to the 20, and he's brought down there by a troika of black uniforms. So we're going to have it. 1st and 10 on about the 22-yard line. We've seen a lot of Edward riding back running the ball here tonight. Trey Brown's had some handoffs. We've had more passes to Jack Waddy than he normally sees in an entire ball game.
Well, 5 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Would be nice to chew some clock, move downfield, get a score to go up into the locker room or the end of the corner of the end zone, since we don't have a locker room here, and take a lead into halftime.
Number 7, Will Virgilio, split out wide right over here, along with Logan Hamilton in the slot. Waddy goes in motion right to left. Handoff to Trey, follows Waddy's excellent block on the edge. Somebody grabbed Trey's jersey and slowed him down just enough for some of his compadres to come in there and close the deal. And now it's going to be 2nd down and 6.
We got to have Trey tuck that undershirt in. That's what it's his undershirt where people are pulling him down by.
I'm quite confident my fingers are not strong enough to pull Trey down by his jersey or undershirt, but they just slowed him down enough. You know, there are lots of other guys around.
We need the old Earl Campbell Houston Oiler tearaway jerseys.
There was a classic. Pistol formation now, 3 wideouts. Edward gives it to Trey again. Trey tries to bounce it out to the left side. Trey Brown with a nice run down the sideline over there. How far did he go? They're going to mark it right at the 30-yard line. That'll be short of the first, but not a whole long way to go. Let's call it 2 yards. So 3rd and 2 for the Sharks to see if they can keep this drive alive. They're liking, obviously, something over there on the left side. Trey's been hitting that both times here. As we're going with a 2 tight end formation, a keeper for Edward Reidenbach, and Edward is close. He crosses the line again. That should be a 1st down, judging by where the referee was. Yeah, they've already moved the marker up to the 34-yard line, so we're going to have a 1st and 10 up there, even though the referees haven't given the official signal yet.
I tell you this.
And that's sorry.
Oop, go ahead.
I was going to say that's a Mex 1.
What is it, a Mex 1 banging?
1st down.
There we go.
I tell you, I'm looking at their defense is not considerably that big. They just hit really hard. They do a good job of flying to the ball as well. Nothing that we saw like what we saw last week, Robert.
4 wideouts now for the Sharks at 3:17 with the clock going here, 2nd quarter. Fake handoff to Trey as Edward keeps it, twists around, but picks up very little around that left side again. That makes it 2nd down and 9.5. The Panthers defense getting a heavy dose of Reidenbach and Brown. Sounds like a law firm. Or maybe we should call that an architectural firm.
I think the old man would prefer that.
Waddy goes in motion left to right. Edward fakes the handoff, keeps it. This time tries the right side. Not much doing there either. We're facing a 3rd down and 6 now. Just inside 2.5 second quarter.
Who's number 3 for Carolina Forest?
That would be Ronnie Walker, their defensive back.
Man, that kid's mean. He's not the biggest guy out there, but keep an eye on him. He's fast, and he hits like a truck. That kid's mean, Robert.
Well, that's what you're supposed to be in this particular game.
Keep an eye on him. He's a little feisty one.
Chess, this is not. As Waddy again wiggles around on the backfield, stops over on the left edge. Edward drops the ball, scrambling for his life, can't get away. I don't know if it was a bad snap or if Edward just lost it. But that busted play is going to cost us, as we're going to have to punt it as we look at a 4th and 15. I think that was number 12, Ethan Hamilton.
Man, I had a feeling.
But surely they're not playing their quarterback on defense, so that can't be right.
Panthers call the timeout here, guys.
I'd like to see us get Virgilio into the mix, Gaspar into the mix. I had a feeling that we're going to go to Virgilio there just for some reason and didn't get the daggone playoff.
So Edward has been doing the punting duties for us thus far this year, and man, you think he's a good quarterback. He's a heck of a punter. And I hope I didn't just jinx him. There's one guy is back there deep for the Panthers. That's number 10.
I'll tell you what's not working is the PA system here. It sounds like a
Hayden Souls. It sounds like a UFO is about to land on the field. Now we're ready to go. Edward, no pressure.
Let it roll.
Decent punt.
Roll. We just can't give up that big play.
Well, they got one big play that led to a touchdown on that last drive. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
That's a generous spot.
Johnson, not a real big guy, number 5.
He does a good job, though. When he goes down, he reaches, after his knee's down, he reaches for an extra yard or so, and they've been giving it to him. So keep an eye on that as well. Minute 25.
Looks like they're not going to try and hurry to get some points on the board here as we close in on the end of the first half. Johnson wants to throw it. It's not Johnson, but it's complete to number 10. He's running downfield all the way to the 25. Hayden Souls, who returned that punt, caught that pass. It wasn't a long pass, but he had plenty of room to run over there on the left side.
Timeouts.
Panthers aren't moving too quick here. They're going with 3 wideouts and an H-back. They stop, whistle blows.
Now they're calling their timeout.
There you go.
Let me just go over our platinum sponsors one more time. That's the Revere Group, Longshore Boats, Carolina Hormone and Healthcare, and Charleston Adventure Forest and Zip Line.
I bet they have a zip line somewhere here in Myrtle Beach, right? They have every form of entertainment here you can imagine.
They actually had one at Broadway at the beach, which is where we were today for lunch.
Well, I bet it was a crowded town here on Labor Day weekend Friday.
You're not going to catch me at Broadway at the beach.
Never been.
And I'm never going.
I've been to Broadway,
Been
New
there?
York City.
Been there?
But I've never eaten chicken with my hands in New York, and you can do that here. So
If you're teasing me about this jousting duel, just go ahead and get it out there.
Looks like we called a timeout there, guys. Panthers are still showing 2 on the board.
38 seconds, second down and 2. Quarterback pitches it. Johnson has it over on the left side.
Ben Britton on the tackle.
Ben's having a game.
So it's 3rd down and 1 to go now. 28.1 seconds to go here in the black hole.
You got to They stop the clock, right?
I don't know, Swish.
I
Play
don't
it
know.
both ways here.
Well, do you
It's
think
third
they've
and
got
one.
they've got how many timeouts do you say, Dion?
There's one on the board now. So they
Okay.
They had that good success with a quick pass to the left side over here to number 10, Hayden Souls. And he had
shots at the end zone.
It's not
You
a
want to
bad.
walk away with some points here. I don't know if they have a kicker or not, but
well, their kicker did make their extra point, which is more than we could say. And they're leading at 7-6 as we're closing in on the end of the first half here at Carolina Forest 5A High School.
They sure like this option play.
Quarterback hands it off to Khalil Johnson. He slices his way for the first and gets down to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
clock's. It's a first down. I think
He hits that line really hard.
Clocks. Get the clock going.
20 seconds, clock is going. Again,
Same
Johnson
exact
with the
play.
handoff. This time we're waiting on him, though.
should be calling timeout. Yep.
The downs really don't matter. All that matters now is the clock, and it's showing 12.2 seconds.
So I'm not sure about that clock management right there.
Well, I mean, you got to go for the end zone here now. If you run the ball and you don't get in, you're not getting any points. So you almost have to throw it. You know,
Unless you run it down the sidelines and you're sure you can get out of bounds.
there's LaPrade, Salazzo, turn it up here and go right after the quarterback. Not let him get the ball off. Play safe. Cover the end zone. That's what we're thinking right now.
We got a heck of a ball game on our hands here tonight, folks. Thank you for joining us on this live feed from the Palladium, the home of Carolina Forest, the Panthers in all black uniforms tonight. They kind of have the Gamecock colors as they're facing a 2nd and goal now. The ball on a 9 yard line, but only 12 seconds on the clock. Bad snap.
think we
Whistle
we
blew
called
before
timeout.
the snap.
We called our last time out there.
Yep. Want to see what they lined up in and what they were looking to do. Looked like they were going to go to the right side, our left.
Our spotters up here were calling option right. That'd be Buddy Bean.
I'd be shocked if they run the ball, Robert.
Well, I think I would be too. 11 seconds to go. It's 2nd down.
We haven't had a turnover in this game yet, have we?
No turnovers. I'm thinking option pass. I don't know. Call me crazy.
Kind of like we want Vaughn not to hit the hole tomorrow, Robert.
I think I would have the quarterback fake it to Johnson to the left and have the quarterback bootleg it around the right side. What the heck? The quarterback here is number 12, Ethan Hamilton. He's got Khalil Johnson with him back there in the backfield. They put a big guy in motion right to left, the tight end. Quarterback rolls right. He's
Nice
throwing
play.
it. Sure enough, number 11 was back there to bat it away. That's Miles Robinson. And good play for the linebacker.
Interesting. They took that play to the short side of the field, which gave them hard real estate to work with in there.
Yeah, bunched up everybody in there. They're going to kick it now, guys.
And that is an absolute statement that they don't think they can score and that they got to take points whenever they can against us.
I'm struggling to understand what that time is on the clock.
That's one.
It's a minute 18.
I thought it said a minute 18, and I'm thinking, am I crazy? At any rate, this is going to go up and good. They got a heck of a kicker, man. That ball went a long way.
Yeah. You're 100% right. That was a great defensive stand.
Couple seconds left in the first half. Your Panthers are ahead, 10-6. Big hand for your Panther offense.
So the Panthers leave enough time on the clock for us to perhaps touch the ball again, but not really do much with it. Panthers leading this game 10-6 up at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. One of the largest high schools in the state up here is Carolina Forest. In case you're joining us late, they have a 1-1 record coming in here tonight. They dropped their first game to a team from Georgia. I think it was South Brunswick. By a score was West Brunswick, and that score was 49-20. Last week they put 26 points on the board against Somerville, but the Green Wave had 33, so they eked out a victory. But Somerville, being a very good team, tells you that this Carolina Forest squad is also quite good. Coach Chad Wilkes likes to start the season against some really good teams from outside of our conference. As we get a squib kick, bounced off the first guy. Somebody else fell on it at the 29-yard line. But the clock now is down to all zeros. Your halftime score is 10-6 in favor of the Carolina Forest Panthers. So Swish, as their marching band comes out here to take the field, let's think a little bit about what we just saw.
Completely different offensive team for the Land Sharks tonight than last week. Really impressed with not throwing a towel in on the run game, but reestablishing that with Trey, with Edward, incorporating tight ends, H-backs, the pass plays to Waddy. I was just talking to Coach David Moore, who was up here. He's our quarterbacks coach, and he's spotting offensively for Coach Wilkes. And listen, we're going to stick with the run, but as you see, that defense continues to crowd into the box, play the run. Something's going to have to open up. You got to think about getting our playmakers like Will Virgilio and Gavin Gaspar haven't been targeted yet. So you think you catch them sleeping here, set them up, and then hit them on a deep ball potentially. So from that standpoint, really impressed with what we're doing offensively. It's specifically that first drive of the game to come out and put 3 or 4 first downs back-to-back, chewed up 7 minutes. It told Carolina Forest that we were not going to just be a pushover like they probably saw on film last week, right? Defensively, man, what can you say? We're playing lights out. 2 big plays, and that's it. That pass play that should have been picked off. Guy swooped in out of nowhere and took it down to the 2-yard line. And other than that, they haven't really sustained big drives against us, and the defense is doing its job. Something's going to break for us offensively in the second half if we just hold status quo on the defensive side.
Ball control, run, short passes primarily to the H-back so far. I don't think we've thrown the ball 10 yards downfield.
No, I don't think so. And you know what? You don't need to necessarily to win football games, right? It's just about a good balance, a good mix.
And when you got riding back in the backfield, it's like you have an extra running back.
Yep.
I think Trey has carried it more often than Edward thus far tonight, but probably not a whole lot more.
Yeah, again, if we had stats totaled and tallied up for the halftime, it would triple what we did last week from a running standpoint for certain. I don't expect to see us move away from what we're doing offensively or defensively. Again, maybe, we had their number on those option plays early. That's really the only types of plays that they've been able to gain sizable yardage from a run perspective. But I don't know, Dion, what about you? What are you seeing over there?
I like that first quarter. We kept it in their half of the field the whole first quarter, moving the ball on the ground, like you've said. I think they're gonna press the box a lot more on us, which hopefully opens up some throws downfield. Defensively, I think defense is going to be our strong point all year. Bend, don't break. Unfortunately, we broke on that one play. That's really all they got in all game is that one pass downfield. So a lot of wins compared to last week, I believe, that hopefully we can take into the second half with some adjustments and put the ball in the end zone. Great game so far, 10-6.
Any other scores from around the league, Dion? We need Scotty Krafchick. We haven't talked about Scotty here. He elected to stay home, save gas money. He's probably eating bonbons on the couch, Robert.
He is watching, telling me how laggy sometimes this is going here, but any scores here? We got Sumter 14, Goose Creek 6. That's in the second quarter. Wando, what was the score of the Wando game?
Weeks.
Yep.
Who do we have next week?
Sumter.
Okay, we're playing Sumter next week.
We have
Marlboro
County at home.
At home, yeah. Then Sumter's away after that.
Yep.
Cane Bay 6 over West Ashley. Berkeley, Somerville 14 over Berkeley 0. Down the street we got Myrtle Beach 3, St. James 3.
The burner.
That's all I got for updates on
what about our Louisville friends? I like those guys. Wonder how they're doing, and then wonder what South Florence is up to. I like keeping track on the teams that we played.
We're going to have to get set up so that when Krafchick doesn't join us on the road, we can go back to him in the studio.
Yes.
And get some scores.
There's a will, there's a way.
I know you guys can figure it out.
I think he just threw a challenge at you, Dion.
We were able to do phone a friend back in the day.
And we can do that. Let's see what we got. No scores on Louisville. They're playing Chesterfield.
So the band is starting their halftime show out here. Looks like they've got something going on here.
It's kind of theatrical, a little mixing music.
I don't know what those
dance
holes are. And we're ready for a second half of football up in Myrtle Beach as Carolina Forest is leading the Oceanside Land Sharks right now by a score of 10-6. And Swish, one or two big plays.
That's it. That is it. Everything else, we've been holding court and keeping them at bay.
Thing about those big plays, though, is they count.
They do count. We need a big play. Mahoney with the kickoff, and it's a big, deep one down to the 8-yard line.
Taking it right at the 10. It might be Khalil Johnson, not sure, but we bring him down at the 20.
Great coverage.
That was not Khalil because he's running out on the field now.
It's number 6.
All right, I'll tell you who he is.
Get your electronic roster out.
Yeah, they make it hard on you. Quavius Drawn. That's a cool name there. And we're going to be on defense because the Panthers deferred after winning the toss at the beginning of the game, wanting to get the ball to start the second half, and that's proven to be a pretty good strategy for them. Same formation they opened the game with. Khalil Johnson, though it's a fake handoff, and the quarterback wants to keep it. He is hit hard.
Johnny Gunn.
Johnny, get your gun, man.
That's a bang-bang.
That's a tackle.
That's a bang-bang tackle from Johnny Gunn.
It's not a commercial, though, so we're not going to say anything.
Nope.
Second down, 8.5 yards to go here. Two backs in the backfield now with the quarterback, who is Ethan Hamilton. He's got a guy to his right and to his left, fakes it, tries to, oh no, he handed it off. Somehow it's a first down pickup of about 20 yards up to the 41, and that looked like maybe a shuffle pass.
It's tricky to defend, man. We've got a hand on the quarterback, and it's so frustrating because you think you should be down for a loss. And then they scamper for a pickup of 20-plus.
Takes a lot of discipline to defend the option, guys. A lot of discipline. Everyone's got to stay home and do their job.
Hard not to chase, you're right.
So again, Ethan Hamilton, the quarterback, with guys right and left. Same kind of drill. Hands this one off to the guy on his left. We hit him right at the line. And Ben Britton.
Great play by Ben. He chased his tackle that he was over. Pulled, he just chased his butt and brought him right to the play, made the tackle.
I will have to admit I am incapable of reading their numbers without binoculars.
I'm really enjoying watching Ben play tonight. He's having a great game.
He's bringing that energy we're used to.
Quarterback, shotgun, another handoff. No, this time he's going to keep it, runs the option, keeps it, first down. And the Panthers are on to something here.
All right, guys, I see what's going on down there. So they're running the exact same front. They pulled what ended up being their front side guard and tackle. Ben chased them just like he should, and quarterback keeps it and pulls it backside.
Good play design.
Tough Ben. I mean, Ben's told to chase the tackle when he pulls like that. Backside linebackers just got to sit and wait.
Number 28 is the extra running back in there, Jaron Fox. He played a little bit, in fact, scored a touchdown in the first half. He's to the left of Ethan, and to Ethan's right is Khalil Johnson. Ethan's going to fake this one, has an opportunity to pitch, pitches it forward. Edward, number 11, is on the tackle after a gain of about 4. That'll make it second down and 6. Edward Robinson. As we're inside the 10-minute mark here, third quarter. Sharks trailing here by 4, 10-6. As Carolina Forest is coming out in the second half as if they have made some adjustments and want to take advantage of something on our defense. But now they're back to their old formation, and it's a handoff to Khalil, who busts through and into our secondary, still on his feet. Grayson Freeland.
Wow.
Trying to bring him down, finally get some help from number 2, Nate Sturm.
Kid's like a little missile.
That kid runs hard. Red zone here, guys. We got to tighten up, toughen up, see what we got.
Again, Johnson alone. They're in back with the H-back. 2 wide outs. They don't throw it a whole lot. Ethan Hamilton, the quarterback, takes it, hands it, no, fakes it. Hard to see. He kept it, though.
Miles Robinson shut him down. You know what we're watching, fellas? It's no different than when Edwards pulled the ball for us and doing a lot of quarterback read option or pulling the ball and going right up the gut. We're getting a little bit of our own medicine from their offensive looks here.
2nd down, 6 to go now for the Panthers in all black tonight at the 8.5 mark, 3rd quarter. Quarterback hands this one to Johnson on the left. Johnson is hit, but he keeps those legs grinding and keeps picking up yards after the first contact. Now they're looking at a 3rd down and 3.5. They're deep in our territory again. Last time they were down here, it took them 4 tries from a 1st and goal inside our 5. But on that 4th try, they did put it in the end zone. So we played tough defense down here in the shadow of our own goalpost. Hamilton, keeper, we had a chance in the backfield, then hit him again. He himself is a pretty tough runner. Gets it down to looks like the 5-yard line. That'll be close to a first, but not enough. So now they got a 4th down and about a yard, full yard, maybe more. At 7.5 to go, 3rd quarter.
I think you'd kick it here.
Quickly back up to the line now. They pull us offside. Oh, you hate it when that happens.
They were going to kick it. They got to kick it. You'd be up a touchdown. There's no reason to go for it.
But now they're going to have it 1st and goal again. This time really down there around the 1 or 2 yard line.
It's tough for a D lineman down there. You're told no ears, no ears. Watch the ball. But you're amped up, ready to go. Gut check here. Let's do this.
They're going to give it to him on the 4-yard line. That was a 2-yard penalty. Unsure about how that transpired, but it's okay. Quarterback hands it to number 28 again. That's Jalen, the guy who scored a touchdown last time. He gets very little, if anything.
Johnny Gunn and Owen Millard on the tackle.
Jaron Fox. Like that name, too. Sharks really need to stop this Panthers football team down here and make a statement for our defensive unit, which has played pretty well in this ball game, but this drive they're just eating us up. Fox again on the carry on the right side, and a whole bunch of white jerseys throw him backwards, and they lost yardage on that one.
I was going to say, where's number 5 been? And there he goes trotting in onto the field now.
3rd and goal on the 5-yard line now.
Loss of 2 on that one, Robert.
So the Panthers are looking over to the sideline. Khalil Johnson has been out on the last 2 plays. He's back in there now with his quarterback, Ethan Hamilton, number 12. Both of them pretty good runners. 2 wideouts, but they're not likely to throw it. Quarterback wants to go to the left, pitches it back to Johnson at the last minute.
Max Mormon.
Maxey and Miles Robinson.
9 and 11 make the tackle at the 5-yard line, so now they're going to kick it as they're looking at a 4th and goal at the 5-yard line.
That's a win right there for us, guys.
Big win, exactly.
Great defensive stand. Man, Max's closing speed on that was terrific.
We're short a guy.
Whoever earlier said a bend but don't break defense really called that drive, because we bent a whole lot but didn't break. As they kick it up and in, they got a good kicker. He put it right in there. Number 2 is Finian Mahood. He's a senior. Also plays a little wide receiver. So the Panthers are happy because now they got a full 7-point lead on the Sharks. But man, a 7-point lead's so much better than a 10-point lead.
Yep, I'll take that. I'll take that. I want to say hello to our athletic director, Coach Mark Myers, listening in. First-time watcher. He would have been here, but he's dealing with a bit of a bug tonight. So, Coach, welcome to the program.
Coach, I hear Louisville's playing Georgia Tech tonight. You might want to watch that one. I'm not sure I want Meyer watching us.
Just clean up your behavior, Robert.
Got to negotiate our contract with him
dog.
at the end of the season.
Well, it is coming due.
5:02 to go. Third quarter, 13-6.
Let me jump over to our Mex One sponsor. Thank you again, Mex One.
Banging.
Swish, I got to say, having the roster on this iPad is actually not that bad. You can move it around real quick, zero in on people.
It's good for an old fella's eyes.
You got that right, brother. So the Sharks really need to get something going here on offense, you know. We put 6 on the board tonight. Offense got shut out last week. We did put points up, but that was the defenders, if I recall correctly.
You are correct, sir.
And like we were saying at halftime, you know, we're eating up the clock, chewing it up, running it, moving the chains. We'll see if we stick with that game plan here as their kicker puts it into the end zone where Grayson Freeling wants to run it out but has no opportunity to do so. First and 10 now on our own 20-yard line.
It's a big series here. We got to come out, moving the ball, get some first downs, drive down the field.
We haven't really mentioned this, but, you know, we beat Carolina Forest last year at home.
28-24.
They probably didn't like that very much.
No, they remember that one.
They definitely have come here to play today.
I was hoping our JV squads could play last night, but we had to cancel due to the storm aftermath.
So Edward in the pistol puts Logan Hamilton in motion. Logan starts one way, then goes the other, but Edward's going to keep this one right over the right side of his center. And my goodness, it didn't look like it, but he got 3 yards there. Edwards basically got to lean forward, though, to get 3 yards. He's a big guy to be playing quarterback. Clock still going now, 2nd and 7. As we were saying, the Sharks like to move the chains and chew the clock. That worked better when we had a little lead. As the beach ball is bouncing around over here in the home stands, they're having fun tonight. It's beach night. Trey Brown takes the handoff with a little bit of confusion, I thought, in the backfield.
Yeah, he didn't have anywhere to go.
So that makes it 3rd and 6. He might have gotten an inch or two, but not much. That was not the way that play was supposed to work because the man in motion got there at the same time as the handoff.
Owen Millard in, Big Mike Jones out. P.D. Patrick, Charlie Bean, Tucker Smith, and Ben Britton anchoring down our O-line. Jack Waddy at H. Logan Hamilton, Will Virgilio, and Gavin Gaspar is our wideouts.
Waddy goes in motion. He's now over on the left wing. Fake handoff, big rush. Edward surrounded. No way he can get out of all those Panthers. They bring him down back there in the backfield.
They were blitzing on this side. Tough pickup for Trey.
Yeah.
So now we got nothing going there. It's 4th down and a bunch. We're going to have to punt it. Edward will be right around his own goal line. He's put some boomers out there so far this year. Number 10 is deep for the Panthers, Hayden Souls. He had a big pass catch earlier in the game and a pretty decent punt return as well.
Oh boy.
He has to jump to get it, but Edward gets this one off, and it's decent. Great bounce, though, for the Sharks. Gets us up to about our own 46, so the Panthers are going to take it over in our territory.
That was a great effort by Edwards. Snap was a little wobbly coming back. Got there, though. But they were coming for the block as well, and Edward did a terrific job getting it out. And, I mean, that was – he knocked almost a 45-yard punt.
Not bad under the circumstances for sure. I'm a little curious, you offensive or football gurus, tell me why the Panthers, when they were moving the ball so well with that option, switched up their offensive scheme on that last drive.
I saw a few options in that. I don't know if – I think we just started sniffing it out a little bit better.
Well, Khalil Johnson takes that handoff and doesn't get much. When they had the two backs in the backfield on the right and the left, Khalil Johnson on one side and Jaron Fox on the other of their quarterback.
He didn't like that hit there, guys. He got rocked, and he's bringing himself out of the game.
That's Jalen Johnson, their star running back, trotting over to the sidelines. So they put 28 back in there. Fox now, he's to the right of the quarterback who told him what the play is. It's going to be a throw.
Oh,
my goodness,
nice
intercepted. At the 30-yard line, the defensive back comes all
Kyle
the way up
Baldwin.
to the 37-yard line.
We got a replay coming up on that, guys.
That is the big play
we needed that one.
As you can see, Kyle just saw it coming from his safety spot, stepped right in there, pulled it in, had a decent run after that catch, and man, we're back in business.
That was a big momentum swing right there. That's huge.
We got his dad on camera, Rob. Caught all that perfectly.
What's great is he can't say a word either. So sinister.
He's excited, though. It's all over his face. You got to love that.
That's the first turnover of the day.
Kyle's got a great football IQ. I love him back in that defensive secondary. He does a good job of reading. Terrific job.
So we're coming out with 4 wide receivers. Edward Reinbach, number 1, the senior, fakes the handoff. We got a different running back in there.
Maddox Crawford.
Number 20, and Edward doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage from the way I see it. They're going to say he got back, but nothing more. Second down, 10 yards to go. We're down now to 1:45, guys, in the third quarter, and this game is really zipping right along, which is not a good thing if you're wearing a white uniform right now, because the Land Sharks are behind in this one, 13-6. And we're still taking our time. We're not hurrying it, of course. We got plenty of time. As we put Johnny Gunn in motion, he's at the H-back now. Maddox Crawford, the running back. It's a fake to him. Edward, again, just pounds back up to the line, maybe a little bit beyond that.
I'm looking for Trey on the sideline. It looks like he's got a wrap on his upper right arm, and his helmet's still on, but he is not on for offense right now.
Well, Maddox Crawford, number 20, saw him play a good bit as a JV player 2 seasons ago and was very impressed. He didn't play last year. Glad to have him back now. We need him. As Edward takes it, drops under pressure. Edward, flag comes in late. That's probably going to be a hold, which just adds misery to the situation for the Land Sharks.
Yeah, I think if we're going to throw the ball, we got to throw it when they're not expecting it. They are bringing the wood when they know we're throwing it.
Especially when you lose your starting running back, who was such a big part of your offense in that first half. That sends a signal to the Panthers. They can really zero in on number 1. So Edward gonna punt this one, looking at a 4th and 15 or so, 35 seconds to go. And man, is he rushed, but he gets off a really high punt. Lands, takes a bounce fairly neutrally, and they're gonna have it at their 44-yard line.
3.93 hang time. I don't know what's a good hang time or not. I'm sorry.
That's the Welch clock. It's pretty good.
I don't know for high school what a good hang time is.
We haven't seen them punt, have we?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they definitely punted.
Oh, that's right. They had a little quick
First
punt.
quarter, I believe.
A quick punt.
So they're quickly up to the line now. They're going with the single running back in there with the quarterback, and it's going to be a handoff, I think, to Johnson, who's back in there. we tackle him, but Johnson has a way of picking up yards that you don't think he's really going to get. Now they're having a 2nd down and 6 situation, and we're probably going to see a change of quarters here as the clock roars down towards 0 at the black hole.
Oh, 5 is limping off here. I don't know if he's cramped or if it's an ankle or what. But
that's Johnson again, but the quarter is going to come to an end now. And the sides are going to flip, and we're going to take a moment.
Go over our platinum sponsors. That would be the Revere Group, Longshore Boats, Carolina Hormone and Healthcare, and Charleston Adventure Forest and Zipline. Thank you, platinum sponsors.
Still thinking about that jousting match, that duel.
Do you know how to ride a horse?
I've done it one time. How about you?
I've done it more than once, but less than 5 times.
Smart money's on you then, big dog.
Well, my first horse ride was quite a lesson. I learned that if you want them to stop, you don't dig your legs into their sides. That is the wrong move. That was one of the scariest 5 minutes of my life.
You got some bad advice there, partner.
Well, nobody told me. They just said climb up there and see how it goes. But of course, that was without a joust in my hand. Now, that makes
Things
it all
look pretty
different.
heavy. You and I may need to hit the gym a little.
I'm not sure I could lift one.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I could either. Might be the worst duel of all time.
Oh, my goodness. So now let's get back to the action here. 4th quarter, close game, 13-6 in favor of the Panthers. They've got the football with a 2nd down and 6 yards to go. The ball pretty close to handoff to a different running back in there now. That's Fox, and his fresh legs, number 28, gets him all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Florence as well, too, right?
1st and 10, 2 wide outs. They're probably not well for him last time. Fox takes the handoff, charges right into the heart of our defense and picks up 6 yards. Let's call it 5. Down at about 5. Line of scrimmage right on our 25-yard line. We've played way too much of this ball game in our own territory. Field position has not been our friend. And our offense looked like it was going to just be on fire and put a bunch of points on the board. But that has not proved to be the case. That's Fox.
Cale Gilchrist on the tackle. They're just gutting us right up the middle. You know our guys have got to be dead tired, and it's getting late into the 4th. And we've been our defense has been on the field quite a bit this half.
Charlie and Mike Jones in the middle here. Cale, middle linebacker.
Big play, quarterback hands it again to Fox. He's hit, but he pushes the defender back across the line of gain all the way down to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. And now we're pointing in the opposite direction. The Sharks are claiming we have the ball.
Johnny had the ball.
The referees don't seem to give that a whole lot of credence. So the back must have been down already, but we sure could use another one of those turnovers. We had a big interception in the first half that stopped this Panther team when they were driving it. Now they have it 1st and 10 inside the red zone, and they pick up about 5 more there. That's quarterback Hamilton, Ethan, on that one.
Tell you, though, once they get inside that 10-yard line, they have not been able to move the ball on us into the end zone, minus that one, the first drive when they scored. But we've been tough inside the 10.
And Swish, I'm not taking anything away from anybody on our team, but we kind of miss old Vaughn Blue a little bit, huh? A guy who's starting as a freshman for a
game changer
college football team. And that's a handoff again, I think, to Fox, who's still pushing us backwards. He's real close to the goal line.
Fumbled.
We're claiming
Balls
again.
us.
We
Yes!
have it. And my gosh,
Let's
this
see if
time
we
the
got that on
referees
replay
agree
here.
with us. Oh, that's a huge, huge play right there.
Right there. Looks like Ben popped it out with his right arm. Great from behind.
Ben, who's the guy we're going to miss next year as he's playing for Army, is anchoring that defensive line, also plays offensive line, and he had a big fumble caused there.
I'm going to do a little reverse deja vu from last week. We got stopped at the 1 yard line. South Florence took it 99 yards to end the game. Might be a little reverse deja vu here.
We are +2 in the turnover bracket here. We need to make a count right now.
And we're looking to see if number 4 is going to be back out there. Trey Brown, who was dinged up and didn't play on our last series.
It's like Kale is going at
Well,
running back.
we've got our jumbo package with AJ Zarzaka and Cale Gilchrist. Edwards are going to just sneak this right up the gut just to give us some breathing room.
And you call that one right. Edward gets us out to about the 2.5. Ain't a whole lot of breathing room, but it's better. Better than what we had.
Here's where I go with the old fake the dive. Bloop. Bloop. Last time it was a dump. This is a bloop.
Edward runs over to the hash mark, maybe even a little beyond that, to talk to his head coach, Chad Wilkes. Trying to avoid 3 losses in a row for this Oceanside football team. I cannot remember that happening.
This will be the second.
Edward under center again, gives it to
Cale.
33, Cale Gilchrist. He crosses the 5 yard line, or at least he gets right to it. Now we're looking at a 3rd down, 6 or 7 to go. 8:10 on the clock, 4th quarter. Carolina Forest High School in the Palladium,
The black hole.
also known as the Black Hole.
Doesn't seem like a black hole, does it?
Well, they're wearing their black uniforms. They're the Panthers. They're the Black Panthers in the Black Hole.
I'll give it to him.
They kind of have Gamecock-looking uniforms. Edward now in the shotgun on this 3rd down.
Uh-oh.
Faked it, throws it.
Yes.
17 has it.
The bloop.
Travis
All
Anderson
the
coming
way
in too.
across the 30-yard line.
Get that on replay here, guys. I think Swish called that play.
Travis Anderson, whose name I haven't called yet, comes in and makes a huge play.
Get us out of there. Let's move the ball
The
now.
old bloop.
Nice play.
The old bloop.
Nice
play.
call.
Thank you.
Very nice. And, man,
I
we
think the
can
coach
breathe,
sitting next to you made hurry to help
breathe
you
a
out.
little sigh of
Helping you
relief.
look good.
Now we got guys in sort of a bunch right formation. Edward, empty backfield. He's going to keep it himself, following those big guys over on the right side of the line, but he doesn't get 7 minutes in the game. Who called that bloop play? Seems like somebody mentioned something about a bloop play. Match.
That was
Yours
Swisher.
truly.
Swisher had it.
50-50 tonight.
That's one of those Swisher sweeps. Side away from his blockers. He picked up good yardage. They're going to mark him not at the 1st, but it's going to be darn close. 3rd down in less than a yard. Clock at 6:20.
We're gonna score and go for 2 for the win and get on that bus with a W tonight, boys.
Very important.
I like
we pick
it.
up this 1st down. We're going again with that bunch right formation. We haven't done that a lot tonight. Only one.
1st down.
See, you're getting into it now.
As the game goes on, we get better and better at that. As the song, who knows how good we could be at calling those 1st downs.
Just got excited thinking about how good it's going to be at the end of the season.
State championship again like we did last year, and hopefully we'll have a different outcome. But right now we're trying to beat a 5A school again with that same formation. We'll be looking at 2nd down and 11 with the clock going.
We're pretty singly threaded right now, though, in terms
kidding.
of it's basically.
Yeah, we're We're in a double tight there. I don't know if he's trying to set up another tight end, slip pass.
Yeah, you don't know here. Here comes Virgilio in.
It would sure be
Edwards
nice
out.
to get that ball in the hands of Will Virgilio.
Fresh legs, maybe?
He's going to do the, yes, he is. Virgilio's going to be in the Wildcat for us now. Strong left formation. Hit, though, and doesn't pick up a whole lot. Give him 4. We get it up to the 47-yard line, but now we got a 3rd and 7 to go. Right here, guys. We got to make it happen on this drive.
I tell you, the Panthers D, they've got to be nervous right now. They have got to be a little bit nervous. We can continue to set up, but at some point in time, I wouldn't be surprised if we call a nice play here.
There's double tight again.
One-on-one coverage somewhere.
On the right side, nobody over here on the left. Edward, he wants to throw. This one's rolling right.
Gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
We've got to give him better time.
He just had no time at all to throw that.
We got to go for it here.
Slung down there in the backfield, and now we got a 4th and 14.
Punting it with 3 timeouts left, I guess.
No, can't do it. We haven't been able to stop the run. I mean, they've marched down the field. I think you got to go for it here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Keeping everybody out there like we are.
Sorry, say that again.
He's keeping everyone out like we are going for it. Got 12 seconds on the play clock.
Edwards still out
Go.
there. Now we've got
6, 5, 4, 3.
They're going to call
2.
a timeout. So the Land Sharks, I think, wisely calling a timeout here to think about what to do, because this is the game for us. It's 4th and 14, 3:21 to go. Sharks haven't really shown the ability to move it quickly, to put it mildly.
Listen, our O-line's done a great job tonight. It is late in the game, worn out. We're going to get Carson Lee back next week. He's going to be back in game ready. He's got waiting on a big special knee brace. So we'll look forward to having him back. But, man, you sure do miss old Fenn Johnson, don't we?
Yes, we do, and we all wish Finn all the best in his recovery. Captain came out on his crutches tonight to midfield, and it was good to see him back out there after last seeing him rolling off on a stretcher last week. Head coach for Carolina Forest is Mark Morris, and we'll see what he can appear defensively.
3 down linemen.
As Edward riding back from the shotgun, throws
Nice.
ahead of man.
Whoa.
Logan Hamilton pulls onto the football. Oh my goodness!
What a catch, Logan. See that on replay here, guys.
Wow.
Logan. The Land Sharks. He's in a seam on the left side. The safety hit him right as the ball got there.
Holding on to that ball was amazing.
Looking at a 1st and 10. And Edward's going to keep it again. Edward riding back up to the 40-yard line, and now Carolina Forest might be just worried a little bit more.
Play. There's 2.5 minutes left on the clock. We're marching. Defense has been out there for a while. Let's just finish this right now.
Just take a shot.
Edward talking to his offensive line, then steps back. Trey Brown is out of the game now.
There it
with
is.
an
See
injury.
Logan?
Quick throw, Logan Hamilton again, up to the 30, 1st down, Land Sharks, and that is another one of your
Max Wood.
Banging.
1st down.
Yes. Hey. Blitz there. Edwards saw it.
Great
It
pickup.
freed up Logan. Quick pass there.
Man, we're moving the chains when we need to. 2 minutes. We're going to cross. Maddox Crawford in at the running back spot, moves left to right. Edward moving him around. Maddox fakes handoff to him. Edward's going to keep it, tries the right side, has some positive yards. They're going to say no gain on that play? My eyes deceive me. At any rate, it's 2nd down and 10.
Go to him.
Press
Gotta
coverage
go
too up there.
We've got to go to Will.
Edward takes it, fakes it, throws it again to Logan, but it was not a on-target pass this time. Incomplete. At least that'll stop the clock. We got a 3rd and 10, though. Gilio if we could.
He's just got that man press matchup. I've got my money on Will to get a little separate.
Gaspar over here on the wide left. Fake the handoff.
There he sees it.
He's throwing it to Will. Almost intercepted. They're going to call it incomplete. I think they're going to say
the flag
defender,
should be staying down.
I think they're going to say the defender hit the ball before it got there,
I think you may be right.
which would make it not an interference play. Penalty, which is unfortunate for the Sharks because now scrimmage with the ball in his hand like he can't decide whether to mark something off or not. And they're huddling up the white hat
Their
with
coaches,
all the black hat. Mow this thing?
I got it as slow as I can go at the moment. Here we go.
Yeah, it was hit. It was hit by that first defender.
All right.
They're going to give it to us. They're going to call out a pass interference.
High school rules, that's 15 yards. Is that right?
And I'm just going to say that was a great call.
Best call of the night.
Folks, we got 1:15 to go. Panthers leading this game 13-6. The Land Sharks, though, are on the drive. Had a couple of really big conversions here to keep this thing going. This started on our own 1 line.
Yeah, I told you. Look, their head coach is out on the numbers, complaining and arguing to their coaches. I don't think he likes the call. We're not here, Robert, to say whether it was a good, bad call or not.
I wouldn't like the call either if I was a Panther coach.
Yeah,
right now.
I agree with you.
I get it.
But we're not criticizing the call by any imagination.
And he's not leaving the field. There's no way that now Chad Wilkes is out on the other side. There's no way they're going to move this football back.
No, you can't overturn it once you've already said it.
No, that's a done deal.
Let's concentrate on the play that's going to get us into that black Carolina-looking end zone right there.
It's a pretty big crowd for Carolina Forest, but they're not being.
They've already moved the spot, too. I mean, I don't even know where the spot is.
No.
Ben Britton trying to get our crowd into it.
Not being too loud.
All right, Chad Wilkes gives the white hat the thumbs up. The world is good. We're happy.
Neither. I don't even know what to call it.
Ah.
The referees throw a flag on
God. Doggone it. False start.
Yeah, false start on the offense.
But I think we were going to go to that upper right corner. We had a little rub route going on.
So I know this is a hypothetical, but what if we put it in the end zone? You're going to go for 1 or 2?
Man.
Got to go 2.
You think?
Got to go 2.
Some ice in your veins if you're going for 2.
Kicker missed the first one. You got to go 2. Win on the road. You go for the tie at home. Go for the win on the road.
Same formation. Edwards
Break
going to
it.
go left.
Oh,
Come
on
on,
the head.
Edward. Run it downfield. He slowed down a little bit, and they
We
closed
got to play
in
quick
on him.
here. We got to play quick.
Number 40 at 2, I think it was in on that tackle.
Come on.
And if it was 42, and that probably was, that's Jared Serrato.
Let's go. Let's go.
Clock's ticking, boys.
50 seconds, clock is ticking. Come on,
Jeez.
Sharks, you
Come on,
got to
Edward.
go faster.
Where's our urgency?
Second down and 12 or 13 to go. Edward Reinbach, 3 wideouts right. Gavin Gaspar over on the left side. He's looking at Gavin the whole way. Then he wants to
he might
give
have it.
Go, Edward, go! Reinbach to
Yes!
the
Yes!
Hold
Give
on
it to him!
the wall.
Yes! Yes!
Touchdown!
What a run!
Touchdown, Edward Reinbach!
These fans below us, I think we're a little nuts, but we might be. Look at this replay here, guys. Oh, he just lowered his shoulder on him. His left shoulder.
And he rode over the guy into the end zone. That kept him, I think, from being down.
We're going for 2, fellas.
Oh,
And sure
my.
enough, we said he should go for 2 or at least switched in, and I acquiesced. And that's what we're going to do. And what I was going to say was, I go for 2 and I put it in the hands of number 1 and let him win the game.
Let's see how they line up. We might call a timeout if we're not liking it here.
Edward more than once last season
Wow, what a play.
put the game on his own shoulders and came through for the Sharks. I remember Marlboro County in particular. Right now, he's all alone
On
in
the
the back.
defense, I'm calling a timeout here. See what they
Gaspar
got.
all alone, split out to the right side. That number
defense calls timeout.
17, who had a big catch earlier, Travis Anderson, was split out to the left before they called that timeout with 30 seconds to go.
And we'd like to take this time to thank McLeod Health and Henry Sugg for supporting Carolina Forest High School athletics.
Let's go over some of our sponsors, guys, real quick. Well, we got a second. Gold sponsors, thank you. Bumblebee Landscaping, Brendley O'Meara Real Estate, and our silver sponsors, Edo Leisure Cars, and Rhodes Metal Eagle Consulting.
Your score, folks, here with 30.2 seconds to go in this ball game. Carolina Forest Panthers 13, Oceanside Land Sharks 12. Sharks are going to go for a 2-point conversion after Edward Rodenbach put it into the end zone, and that was not throw that one to Gavin Gaspar all the way, but Gavin was not open, so Edward just tucked it under and ran over to the left side. He's got a whole bunch of blockers over there on the right side of his line, and Edward's going to keep it. He's trying to get in.
Oh, they gave it to him! Yes!
Hands down! Edward ran back! Edward does it again! Oh my goodness! 30.2 still on the clock. They didn't run any off the clock.
It's an extra point.
Ah, okay. I'll let him get away with that then.
That is a max 1 touchdown, guys.
That is a bang, 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 bang,
Whoop.
bang,
Yeah,
bang.
I'm going to prevail upon next one.
1.
Man, we're breathless.
That's a confidence builder if you have one
Reverse
at all.
deja vu, march it downfield, punch it in. Ooh, I like that.
And to go for 2, man. Holy cow.
I mean, he called it. I can't remember the other play you called, the little ding
bloop.
The bloop pass for the big first down to Logan Hamilton. Nope, that was to 17.
Travis.
Anderson.
We'll see if he puts one high up in the air, gives us some time to come down and cover.
Don't you want to?
He's going to punch it to a corner at the 30.
You don't want to give him anything.
Put it in the hands of those deep guys. Deep guys are standing at the 15.
He's going to put it right at the 30-yard line on the right, right on the sideline. You can see the coaches.
Yeah, right where he's standing.
That's almost too far. Don't
got
come this
it
way.
at the 20.
Stay home. There we go.
Nice
there we go.
tackle.
Miles Robinson on the kickoff.
I think the defense figured out who he is.
Here now, we've got to play this somewhat of not a prevent defense necessarily, but you just can't let anyone get behind us.
Nothing. I mean, they got 2 timeouts left here, so they can move the ball.
Gosh, I thought it was going to be intercepted, but then it was caught by the wide receiver over there across the middle.
That guy came hard for the ball.
That's number 2. I dropped my
down there.
18.2 seconds. No, it's right over here, but that's all right. Quarterback scrambling over to his right side. Throws it right at the sidelines. It's going to stop the clock, but it's incomplete.
10 seconds left. Holy smokes.
Oh, my gosh. Slugfest for the longest time. And then here in the fourth quarter, it's gotten kind of exciting.
We got Mike Jones, Ben Britton, Maxie.
Come on, Maxie boy.
4 wide out, split evenly. Quarterback drops the throw. Not much pressure. We're all back in cover.
Either that or he threw it across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I see the guys in black uniforms.
I'll take the iPad.
Holding their masks. Hang on, guys. There's a flag, folks, but what an amazing football game.
What a game. Good game.
Beat this very good 5A
Great defense, Coach.
14-13.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
For some reason, I want to hug you guys. Is that weird?
The only thing it will bring us into playoffs. I think that drive right there was huge. Huge.
Really impressed with Edward bouncing back this Friday night. Holy cow.
I'll tell you, Travis Anderson, number 17, with a huge play. Logan Hamilton, number 5, with a big catch or 2 when it mattered. But Edward Rodenbach, the senior quarterback, ran it in for our go-ahead touchdown, what turned out to be our go-ahead touchdown, and then for the 2-point conversion. And the Land Sharks even up their record at 1-1.
No, 2-1. This is week 3 for us. We beat Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
Carolina
I
Force.
forgot Louisville. How soon we forget. So 2-1 record. And we thank you all for joining us here tonight.
Yes.
We'll see you next week back at home against Marlboro County. This is Robert Brunson along with Chris Swisher and Dion Welch, our producer. And we'll see you next week.